Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's with big savings on the tools you need. Save $100 on the Craftsman V20 6-tool power tool combo kit, now at $199. No matter what the project is, Craftsman's high-quality, high-performance products empower you to build on. Stop by your nearest Lowe's store and check out the full line of Craftsman tools today. Valid through 6/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Your wealth makes you an irresistible target to online criminals. According to Saltus Wealth, 41% of high net worth individuals report having been victims of financial crime. Unfortunately, off-the-shelf digital security solutions aren't robust enough to protect high-profile individuals like you. So what can you do? Rely on Concierge Digital Security from Reputation Defender. Concierge Digital Security is not just another app to install, it's a team of experts working in the background to protect you and your family. Behind the scenes, Reputation Defender bundles a suite of best-in-class security solutions covering virtually every aspect of your digital life, from digital identity to online privacy, identity fraud, insurance, and home device protection. Your concierge helps manage all of these for you. Visit reputationdefender.com/success to learn more or schedule your private consultation. That's reputationdefender.com/success.
This is the Sports Gambling Podcast live on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Here are your hosts, Sean Green and Ryan Kramer. I can't believe we're letting these guys on my network.
Welcome back, everyone. Sports Gambling Podcast live. Sean, second Money Green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. It's happening, Kramer.
Hello, Sean.
Yes, hello indeed. We're going to be talking a little NBA playoffs, and of course, stay locked into VSiN, all NBA playoffs. Check all the coverage over on the VSiN Watch app, VSiN.com/NBA. Get it all here on VSiN.com. Joining us on the line from the NBA Gambling Podcast, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line, Mr. Scott Reichel. Scott, thanks for staying up late on the East Coast. How has your NBA playoffs been past couple days? How are we feeling?
They're doing pretty well. I swept the NBA show 3 straight episodes, so can't complain. I know I'm a bit confused, though. You said 1 a.m. Is that supposed to be late? Because you've talked to me a lot later than that.
Yeah, no. This is Scott's prime time. Yeah. I just like highlighting it because Scott has handicapper hours where he's probably thinking about tennis right now, maybe handicapping, early look on the MLB card, getting some props in. But we're here. We'll start, and of course, does the WNBA as well. Maybe we'll talk that next segment. But let's talk NBA playoffs. We got a couple games coming up Saturday and Sunday. We'll start with the Thunder Timberwolves. What's your make of the series? What do you like here Saturday?
Yeah, so I initially had the Thunder in 6. I didn't give Minnesota much of a chance to win this series, and now I'm at the point where I'm hoping we actually get to 6 games because it looks pretty ugly right now for Minnesota. The team can't score. They scored less than 104 in each of the first 2 games in the series. OKC had the series they needed against Denver to help mature, and it feels like they finally kind of hit that level defensively where I think they're an all-time great defensive team. Minnesota has no answers. Randall got benched in the fourth quarter last game. DiVincenzo's been bad. Reed's been bad. Gobert can't play at this point. It just feels like OKC right now has Minnesota's number, and I feel like for the series itself, it looks pretty bleak for Minnesota. Not saying they're going to get swept. We're going to talk about Game 3 in a second, but I think right now it seems like Minnesota just doesn't have enough, scoring options to win this series. At least that's what I've noticed so far in the first 2 games.
Yeah, no, and you're right. Like the Thunder defense has been great. I probably underestimated the Thunder defense because there were some and
still trying hard.
They try hard. They have a bunch of role players who show up. Obviously, this Game 3 is going to be a huge test for the Timberwolves. You would imagine some of these guys that have been shooting poorly, maybe they get right here. Some of the role player guys, but you're right there, Scott. Like I think you could take the under on the Timberwolves team total if you like that as a way to just kind of ride the Thunder's defense. Even if there's a world where Minnesota does get it done, maybe they get it done there in a low scoring affair. What are some props you like here? I know you're big in the prop market. I gave out Ant Edwards over rebounds and assists earlier. I see you like just his rebounds, but what do you like there?
Yeah, so the reason why I'm staying away from the assists is I'm concerned Ant might try to go hero mode and try to drop 35, and he might just try to take it himself. But the rebounds I gave out on your show, actually, at plus 4,000 to lead the series, and so far that looks pretty good. But either way, I like the rebounds here at 7.5. He's had 9 in each of the first 2 games in the series, had at least 9 in force rate against the Thunder, and he's also had at least 8 in 4 of his last 5 home games. Gobert's been an absolute zero, and as a result, Ant's kind of taking some responsibility to help out on the glass. I like the rebounds, though. I think that minus 102 is a pretty cheap number when he's had 9 in each of the first 2 games. Give me the over Ant Edwards at 7.5 rebounds here, minus 102.
Yeah, no,
lockstep with what you said in the opening segment, basically, Sean.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the rebounds are good. I don't mind rebounds and assists, but yeah, I'm with you. And I forgot you gave that out, Scott. I should have tailed it because he's going to be in the mix here. And you're right. Maybe he goes hero mode and that limits his assists a little bit, but I don't know what to make of Ant overall as far as his performance. What about Julius Randle? What's going on with Julius Randle? And is there any ways we can take advantage of him and his props in this series?
Yeah, what's going on is he cashed my under 12.5 RA last game by not playing the fourth quarter. That's how that worked itself out there. Shout out to Finch for helping me out. But yeah, I'm going to go back to it. I'll take it again. Give me the Randle under 12.5 RA at minus 120. You could argue that on one hand, he was definitely pacing well over this number. On the other hand, it seemed like Finch was willing to pull the plug, and Randle mentally checked out of the game. He's gone under 11 RA, though, in 9 of the first 12 playoff games, and he's also gone under 13 RA in force rate against the Thunder. They've been good against him. And the fact is, Randle was frustrated, maybe because he wasn't taking enough shots because Ant was taking so many in the first half. Point is, though, Randle's RA has been inflated recently, mainly because of the triple-double he had against the Warriors. But he's been really bad at RA so far in the postseason. Once again, under 11 in 9 of the first 12 games, and his number's at 13. The line feels too high to me. I'll go with the under. He could have a decent rebounding game and finish with 1 assist like he did in game 1. I see him finishing somewhere in the 6 and 4 type of area, but I do think that 13 is pretty high. Give me the Randle under 12.5 RA at minus 120.
Yeah, it's weird. He was such a key part of their success, and just not playing well in this playoff.
To quote myself from our preview podcast,
powerful
bum.
Yeah, well, he had been playing well up until this series, really kind of hitting a wall.
You can see why the Knicks traded him.
Now, Scott, I see on your list of props you sent over here. You don't. Yes.
I was going to say just a quick point. You were talking about it. That's why they benched Randle. Why did Tibbs bench Cat tonight? Is that like a fair trade now because they both got benched in the fourth quarter?
Two misfit toys turning out to not be useful.
Yeah, who knows what's going on with Karl Anthony Towns, and also Julius Randle. they really are. Both teams won that trade, but they're not better off. It seems like. Now, Scott, I see you don't have any fades of Rudy Gobert. Is it because the market's kind of caught up to him and realized like he is just outmatched against Chet and Hartenstein out there? Like I faded him the first couple games. It was money. I don't see you have a Rudy Gobert play listed on your sheet. Is there a reason you're staying away from him?
I just think the line is so low at this point. I understand why people would keep fading him because he's been that bad, but I do think the only direction for him is up right now. I mean, the points and assists are at 7.5. I faded him in game 1 at 9.5. Then the line plummeted. 7.5 though for PA would be the way I'd go about it if I had to fade him, but it's such a low number for a guy that kind of has to play because Reed's been bad too. It's not like Reed's been amazing off the bench. The fact is you have 2 centers who right now are not doing much for you. Reed has in theory been better, but he got brought in because they benched Julius Randle. So I feel like Minnesota's just stuck with a bunch of guys who've not really done anything in the series. The line for me is too low. I liked it more at 9.5. If you want to fade it, go ahead. And I'm not going to stop you. But I do think that at this point, all the value's kind of gone, and he might accidentally back his way into even an okay game. Like 8 points is nothing, but it goes over the number. I think 7.5's a bit low personally. I'll stay away from it, but I definitely would not want to take the over on him right now. He's been really bad so far in the series.
Yeah, I think I played his under points, rebounds, and assists. I think I might run that back. But I definitely see what you're saying. Like the numbers are so low for him. What about Dante DiVincenzo? He's been kind of cold.
Why'd you say it like that?
Oh, he's a Dante DiVincenzo. He's been cold shooting. Now, role players usually shoot better at home. Does he get right here now that they're back in Minnesota?
I'm going to dare him to, because I think he's been terrible the entire postseason. I faded him for about 3 weeks straight. I feel great about it. He's been awful. There's really no other way around it. He's had less than 10 points in 8 of his last 9 games. This postseason, he's shooting 32.1% from the floor and 25.7% from 3. They keep playing him, though, because Connolly's also been really bad. So they're kind of just stuck using guys. But DiVincenzo has been a mess. It's been a bad series for him, bad postseason for him in general. The fact is, until he goes over, I'll keep taking the under. The lines haven't moved because the volume is still there for him, but he can't hit a shot.
Yeah.
So based on that, I'll keep taking the unders until he goes over. If he ends up going over 9.5, I've already won so much taking and winning the 9.5s for the last week and a half or so. I can sacrifice 1, but I'll keep running it back until it loses.
No, it is. When playing props like these, sometimes you're just like, well, if they're not going to adjust, I'm going to keep hammering until I get burned.
I feel like that's a lot of NBA props.
Yeah.
Just leaning in while you can.
Well, and especially with playing the same opponent, it kind of creates some interesting situations where it's like, hey, is it just going to be the same as it was last time, or are they going to make adjustments? You got the venue change, I guess would be your only case for Dante DiVincenzo. But to Scott's point, he's been struggling all playoffs there. Any other props you like? Any other? Do you have a play on the side? The total? Anything you like full game, Scott?
Yeah, for the total, I'd probably go under. I agree with you. If Minnesota does make the game interesting, I still don't trust the offense. I just think they'd have to make Oklahoma City's offense struggle, and you'll get a rock fight in your hands. So I'm on the under in that one. But my last probably a bench player that I actually like for Minnesota, one of the only guys who's shown up in this series. Give me Alexander Walker. I'll take his over 7.5 points at minus 115. He's had at least 8 points in 7 straight games against the Thunder, and he's 17 points in Game 2. He also has played at least 25 minutes in each of the first 2 games in this series. Finch is running out of moves because nobody can hit a shot at this point besides Alexander Walker. And the fact is, he's playing a decent amount of minutes. He shoots from the outside. 17 points, though, in Game 2, I think tells me that Finch might ride the hot hand a bit more in Game 3. And the fact is, once again, he's been good in the head-to-head, going over this number in about 7 straight games against the Thunder. The fact is, he's running out of options, and you're looking at Alexander Walker being one of the best bench options they have at this point. I like the over points. I think it was the same line last game, too, and they didn't adjust and need 17 points. So I'll go with Alexander Walker over 7.5 here at minus 115.
Yeah, no, his point prop hasn't been on my radar, and that's I didn't realize he was that hot against the Thunder. All right, Scott is a 5-tool handicapper. When we come back, talk a little WNBA, talk a little NHL playoffs, all that and much more. Sports Gambling Podcast live here on VSiN.
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
According to Saltus Wealth, 41% of high net worth individuals report having been victims of financial crime. Are you next? High-profile individuals like you need more than off-the-shelf solutions. You need concierge digital security from Reputation Defender. It's not just another app. It's a team of experts using best-in-class tools to protect you and your family, covering virtually every aspect of your digital life. Visit ReputationDefender.com/success to learn more. That's ReputationDefender.com/success.
This is the Sports Gambling Podcast live on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Welcome back, everyone. Sports Gambling Podcast live here on VSiN. Sean Second Money Green with Ryan Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Ryan?
I failed to welcome the people of the Central Time Zone to Saturday. Happy Saturday,
Ryan
Chicago.
Seacrest rocking in the new Friday to Saturday.
Coming at you.
Yeah, we're here. We're going to with our buddy Scott Reichel from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line, talking NHL playoffs. Of course, stay locked into VSiN, VSiN.com/NHL. Get your picks, get you covered, and stay tuned on the VSiN Watch and VSiN Watch app or wherever you get your VSiN action. Scott, NHL playoffs are upon us. We got the Panthers. What are we doing here? We faded the Leafs last time you were on. What are we doing now for this weekend?
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to the Panthers. I'll go with the regulation play here at plus 110 to cut it on the juice a bit. Panthers have been great in the head-to-head so far. They've won 4 of the first 5 meetings of the season by at least 3 goals. They've outscored the Hurricanes 10-2 in the series. The Hurricanes, though, dating back a couple of years, they've lost 14 straight conference finals games. 14 straight. They have gotten destroyed in this round on a regular basis. Florida, though, is, as far as I'm concerned, a freight train. Carolina, every single year, turns into a pumpkin in this round. Nothing's changed. They've gone buried in the first 2 games at home. Florida, I think, is out for blood. Game might be close. I don't mind the under in this game. I think Carolina might switch goalies. We'll see. Maybe they'll buckle down defensively, but this team can't score right now against Florida. Give me the Panthers, though, in regulation. The money line, I think, is a little bit expensive at 147. Give me the reg if you want to go for the puck line at plus 178 on screen. Don't mind that either. But they have been dominant in this series so far. Give me the Panthers to go up 3-0.
See that, Ryan? That was a hockey guy term. In the reg, meaning regulation. And I like Scott's way of getting down. Like, hey, if you're going to play this on the money line, you don't want to lay the minus 147. And just play it in regulation. It kind of reminds me of, you play that in baseball of the home team not to bat in the 9th inning, kind of a way to get a slightly different price, similar-ish results. Obviously, overtime can screw you there, but I like the play.
I enjoy how when anyone is talking about the Hurricanes, they just are like, well, it's at least not as bad as what the Devils were doing in the 90s. It's amazing when you can be so annoying in your style of play that 30 years later, we're still talking about Marty Brodeur's boring New Jersey Devils killing hockey with the forecheck. Sorry. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's Kramer's, Scott. One of his hockey chestnuts there. Scott, what about props? You're good at finding some value in the market here for these NHL props. What do you like here for the playoffs?
Yeah, so I said before there is a chance Carolina does switch goalies, but if they don't, I'll go to Frederik Andersen under 23.5 saves at minus 115. He's had less than 22 saves in 8 straight playoff games. He's allowed 9 goals on 36 shots in the series. He's been brutal. He got benched in the middle of game 2. He might get pulled early in game 3 again because it's a must-win game down 2-0. If Andersen does start, gives up a soft one in the first period or so, maybe they pull the plug and they go to Kochetkov off the bench. So once again, I think it's a pretty decent way of getting there. A couple of ways. Carolina maybe just has a great defensive game, limits the shots and shows up for once, or Andersen struggles, ends up getting pulled. Couple of ways to get there. But 8 straight unders for the saves, and it's at minus 115. I think it's a great price. Give me the Andersen under 23.5 saves at minus 115.
Solid cap as always there, Scott. What about Sunday's action? Stars Oilers. Anything you like there?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the under at 6.5 at minus 125. We saw a shutout win by the Oilers in a solid game 2 performance. Weird overall postseason for Skinner. He either gets shelled or he has a shutout. And there's nothing in between. But that's kind of what he's had so far over the last week or so. I think the total's too high, though. Both teams have had a lot of low-scoring games recently. 3 of Edmonton's last 4 games have had less than 4 goals. And 4 of Dallas's last 5 games have had less than 5 goals. Saw a low-scoring game in game 2. Of course, it's a very important game. You want to go up 2-1 in the series. I see a pretty, low-scoring game compared to what's expected. I see even money, actually towards the over, so it is a little bit of juice there to the under. But minus 120, I think, has some value. I think you'll see another low-scoring game, maybe a 2-2 overtime game. Wouldn't shock me either. But 6.5 feels very high for what we just saw as a very low-scoring game, too. Think that the line's, once again, a little bit off to me. Give me the under at 6.5 minus 120.
Yeah, Ryan,
Dangerous.
I don't know if you've seen, but there's we of course remember last year Oilers girl went viral for.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
was it a mascot thing?
No, it was. She was such a huge fan, decided to flash the crowd in celebration. There's.
Oh no, that's oil cans. They're the Oilers.
Yeah, well, maybe that's where they got the name from. There's a Dallas girl who sits. Hasn't flashed, done any flashing, but very attractive woman who sits behind the Dallas bench, and she's gotten some social media fame. Scott,
let me get star stickers over some body parts.
No, she hasn't done any, to my knowledge. Scott, have you been following a Dallas girl at all? Is this on your radar?
I know she's been sitting behind the bench. I don't know if she gets tickets to every game or not, but they show her on TV all the time.
Yeah, it is. Also, it's two oil markets going head to head in hockey. Edmonton up north, and then Dallas, obviously very big with the oil. Scott, not only do you know NBA, NHL, MLB, but also WNBA. You and your buddy Terrell Furman co-host the WNBA Gambling Podcast for us over on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. If people are just new to the WNBA, they're getting into it. Let's give them some plays. What do you like here for the weekend?
So there is one main game that people want to talk about between the Liberty and the Fever. You have the defending champions against Caitlin Clark. And for this one, I'm going to fade Caitlin Clark. Give me the Liberty, minus 3.5 here at minus 112. They've been great. They won the title last year, and they look even better. They won their first two games at least by 14 points, beat the Aces in the opener by 14. The Fever, though, they look good in the opener against the Sky. The Sky might be a terrible basketball team. They don't look good right now in general. However, they struggled against the Dream in their last two games. They ended up splitting those, did lose the home game to the Dream by 1. Defensively, not great so far. Liberty, though, did win 3 of the 4 meetings last season. All 3 wins by at least 11 points. They got Natasha Cloud, who's been amazing so far in the starting lineup with the Liberty. They have Brianna Stewart. They have Ionescu. They have Jonquel Jones. Very deep roster. Indiana's a solid team, but I do think the Liberty are a tier above them right now. Give me the Liberty minus 3.5.
Kramer, you once last year said Caitlin Clark not very good, not an athlete. Have you changed your mind on Caitlin Clark?
Not you. That was a misquote by you.
That was exactly.
We can address the transcriptions.
I'll bring up the sound
future episode. I've officially switched teams.
So you're on the Caitlin Clark.
I'm on Caitlin Clark's team after the beginning of this season. That was ridiculous. Angel Reese is ridiculous. Like, I get it. If you're going to be the heel, be the heel.
Yeah.
But be a better actor. Like the wrestlers. Take note from John Cena.
Angel Reese went viral again most recently, but it was because she missed 6 shots in a row, but got her own rebound almost every time. Like her rebound numbers, Scott, like on average,
think she did so well.
She's also a very good rebounder, but she also misses a ton of her own shots and rebounds them. What on an average night? What is the Angel Reese rebound prop set at?
Well, it used to be somewhere in the 10.5 range, and they realized what was actually happening. So now it's at 12.5 or 13.5 every game.
Yeah.
And she actually did go under that number despite having 6 rebounds on 1 possession. Against the Liberty last game, still went under the number, which is a pretty bad beat. But for the most part, she's been going over, so I would keep taking it. I mean, they kind of clear out for her to get the rebounds, but I thought it was pretty funny, though, the one viral clip of her getting about 6 rebounds in 1 possession. Still went under the actual prop, which is not a good sign for overbettors.
That's historic. Imagine if you had the over on the rebounds and you're watching that, you're like, yes, keep going.
She is averaging 7.5 in 2 games, 7.5 offensive rebounds and 7 defensive rebounds.
That's crazy.
That is
And how many are off her own miss? I saw she was 2 of 6 from the free throw and they're 0 of 8 from the field.
We need a new stat. That's a great point. Self-rebounds.
Yeah. Offense, defense, or self-created. Scott, one more WNBA prop for the weekend here.
Yeah, so the last one I'm going to go with Ryan Howard. I'll go with the over 18.5 points there, minus 106. She's had at least 20 points in each of the last 2 games. The Wings defensively, though, have been terrible, especially against guards. They're allowing 48.9 points per game to opposing guards, which is the 3rd most in the league. Howard's become a serious threat with this offense since she came into the league, basically. I like the over on her points. Think that 18.5 is too low, and I like the price of minus 106. Give me the over on that.
Ryan, how I thought he retired, all-time great Philly. Huh? He's back in the league, and Scott's over on his points there. Now, of course, I'm
That's
referring to
different.
the
Of course.
and is it pronounced Ryan or is it Ryan?
No, it's just Ryan. Same. It's pronounced
okay.
the same way, spelled differently.
Yeah, RHYNE, over 18.5 points. Make sure you check out the WNBA Gambling Podcast. Thank you, Scott, for hopping on the line. As always, follow Scott on X at Reichel Radio. Kramer, when we return, you can bet on that, where we find weird and wacky markets that you can actually bet on. Sports Gambling Podcast live on VSiN. Welcome back, everyone. Sports Gambling Podcast live. Sean, second in the green with our partner in picks. Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
We're gonna get wacky.
Oh, we are
Zany.
a little zany. It's
that's a good word.
This is for me. It's fun because we're breaking down what you can bet on, and of course, if you want to know what you can bet on, you want to know where you can bet on. You want to know the betting splits, the betting trends. You want VSiN Pro picks. Well, you got to head over to VSiN.com/subscribe. Use promo code PRO. Bill and the gang are hooking you up right now. You can get the annual subscription and get 14 months for just $199 when you use the promo code PRO. That's right, 2 extra months free for less than 50 cents a day. Again, we work here, so we get the free VSiN Pro. But even when I wasn't working here, I was a VSiN Pro because it's again, all that access, the VSiN Watch app, the betting splits, the daily best bets. That email is great. The NFL betting guide, that's right around the corner. So many ways to get great info and great winners. VSiN.com/subscribe. Promo code PRO to get that 14 months.
A little bit blind on this prediction, but I'm going to predict that I have something in the guide at 10-1 or
wow. Ryan does big game honey in the guide. Well, especially. I mean,
no, VSiN, we're a team here at VSiN.
Yeah.
And I understand my role here at VSiN. Not everyone's going to go down the path of a big dog.
Okay.
So I'm going to go down the path of a big dog.
Someone's
I'm going to
got to
stand in the corner. I'm going to hit the 3 when you pass me the ball at the end of the game.
Someone's got to let the big dog off his leash.
I mean, come on. What? Maybe people don't understand the reference, but a couple years back, Kyle Juszczyk, first reception, Super Bowl, no big deal.
Cash the over for everyone who bet the over a half mention of Kramer and his Kyle. Show the people the helmet, Ryan.
No, that's okay.
Really?
Okay, if you mention it.
It was so great because Kramer's like, I'm bidding against other people. The 49ers lost the Super Bowl.
Beautiful.
What fan wants a Kyle Juszczyk autographed mini helmet? You're bidding against no one, Ryan.
Did you know I have autographed actually now 2 betting tickets, winning bet tickets? One was actually a printout of a digital one.
Really?
It was an online ticket printed out on a piece of paper that I signed. So shout out to all the Kramer gang out there who rode with me on the Kyle Juszczyk first reception all the way back in Super Bowl 58, Sean. So, all right, let's you can bet on that.
Yeah, let's
go. Stretch the legs, see what we got here. Always get the groin, a good stretch on the groin. You don't want to pull that muscle. It takes a little bit longer than the others to get back to normal. Big announcement. Which again, football genius. Let's make the voting meeting to have our TMZ coverage of our league right in the middle of the summer when we're not doing actual football. Flag football, Sean. So when I first saw that flag football was up for, the owners were essentially voting if they were going to allow the players to play. I thought there were 2 very clear sides to this. 1, there's no way the owners are going to let them play. 2, Goodell's going to make the owners let them play because this is great for growing the game of football.
It is.
And it seems like that's what happened. So we are going to have flag football, which is the tough day for that flag football superstar who said he was better than Patrick Mahomes. I think he probably won't get drafted to the team now. Maybe. I kind of like the idea of having a couple real flag dudes.
I love the confidence.
Here's the problem is you go to a camp, right? And you teach the NFL guys the rules.
Yeah.
It's not going to take Lamar Jackson or whoever we decide the quarterback's going to be to figure that one out. So flag football is in the mix. At some point, I can't wait to see everyone doing their drafts of best flag football players in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
I think the game would be just throw a rock, and probably you're going to find guys better than the flag football guys.
This will be interesting, figuring out which players are going to make the decision to play. And they even they asked AJ Brown, who would be a dominant flag football player. I'm going to go out on a limb.
No, I completely disagree.
Really?
These big physical guys don't matter. You have to be
He's
quick.
also very fast.
No, but you have to be quick and elusive first. He's a big, heavy guy.
He would be good in flag football, though.
Yeah, but he would not be anywhere. You're being a huge homer now, but a heavier, more physical wide receiver is not what you'd want in flag football.
Sure, but that being said, okay. Yes, but both things can be true. He would still be very good in this competition. Would he be the best choice? No, but would he be very good in an Olympic flag football against other nations? Yes.
Yeah, it's backwards though. Like I think slot receivers are going to be.
No, you're right. Like
option.
a guy like Devontae Smith would be your ideal guy. No, Tyreek Hill. No one's guarding Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I think you want people with elite short area speed and burst.
Okay, who would be your dream receiver?
Well, Tyreek Hill is the dream receiver, but that's why I'm saying like your traditional.
Will Tyreek Hill make it to this Olympic flag football?
This actually kind of seems like the thing he would want to do and take pride in doing. He's been a part of some of those theoretical conversations, and it does seem like he randomly gravitates to some things like his speed, right? Like not so much his actual football game playing, but yeah. So I could see him being out there.
This is crazy. They have odds us versus the rest of the world for the flag football Olympics.
Yeah.
And what is the price, Ryan?
Well, minus 300 for us, 200 for the rest of the world.
You're $3.
What are your
$3 for USA? We invented football. None of these other teams are going to come close. Are you kidding me?
So there's not a huge flag football is a completely different sport. If this was real football, I would say 100% you're correct.
Yes.
But flag football is this is like 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics.
Yeah. And so 3-on-3 basketball, if you give me LeBron James.
Oh, trust me, I'm not fading the USA. I'm just saying
my model has this minus 2,000.
Really?
Minus 300? Well, it sounds like you're taking the rest of the world, Ryan.
Absolutely not. I'm just explaining to you that there's more variance here than I think you might.
Okay. There's no variance. These are some of the most dominant players. No one in the world is covering Tyreek Hill in flag football. No one in the world is covering Devontae Smith. And they can throw over these guys. And these guys, even the running backs, like they flag guard and stuff like that. You think Derrick Henry, they're letting Derrick Henry grab his flag?
Again, I think you're completely off. Derrick Henry would not be a player I'd want on the team.
I would want Derrick Henry on.
No, you're not tackling. It doesn't matter. You don't want slow guys. You want the quickest, fastest guys we have.
But Derrick Henry would still be intimidating to these other countries.
No, you're not tackling.
Yeah.
You're crazy right now.
Ryan,
you came to this segment with horrible takes on flag
Derrick
football.
Henry would be good.
No.
100% he would be good in flag football.
No.
Yes, he would.
You wouldn't want him on the team.
Are there better running backs? Sure, but he would still be good.
You could say that about any NFL player. Sure.
Right. Welcome to the bit. All these guys are going to dominate.
100% you're wrong. They won't be on the team. They won't be on the team.
Why would they not be on the team?
It's going to be a bunch of small.
He's not going to make the roster?
No, Derrick Henry will not make the roster.
Okay. Give me Devin Nutchin.
Sure, that's a better option. Nice and quick and shifty. Moves good in quick area space.
Who's your dream running back? Tyrone Tracy?
No, give me someone with like the quickest hips because you want to get that flag out of the way.
Saquon Barkley?
Barkley would be a better option, but still, if part of your game is being big and physical, don't need you. You're not getting tackled in this game. So you can be a tiny little, Darren Sproles type, small scat backs.
Darren Sproles, his whole thing was he's physical. He's a bowling ball.
Sure, I'm small guys. Small. Bijan Robinson, I would say, if you want like an ideal number one flag football running back, Bijan.
All these people are going to dominate.
I'm just saying, if you're asking me for the number one guy, it's Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
If I had to,
sounds like you're on the world. I'm on the USA. I don't think it's going to be close.
Bijan plays for the USA. What do you?
No, I know, but you're doubting some of these guys and their ability to play flag football. That they wouldn't be the.
Oh, I think there's an element of risk when you put a bunch of guys into a game that's nothing like the game that they're really good at, and then they play.
Are you catching a football? Are you running with a football?
No, just it's a gimmick. There's so many gimmicks in flag football. Go watch some of it. There's a lot of gimmicky stuff that takes place. So yeah, I could see there being an issue there. That's all I'm saying. I would still I would still play the U.S.
Okay. What about they have starting QB odds for flag football?
Do you think any of the the multi-million-dollar QBs are really going to do it?
I think so. Yeah. I think some of these guys are aware of their brand. Now, maybe they would be concerned that like, hey, this would be embarrassing if I lose flag football. But if you're Patrick Mahomes and you want to become a global icon, I think winning an Olympic medal would be something cool. I think these guys grew up watching the Dream Team and they would think this is cool, would be my handle on it.
Okay. I don't necessarily see that come. I mean, Lamar would be the guy you'd want, to me.
Really? But he's a big physical guy.
No, he's not. He's shifty.
Oh, what about Kyler Murray?
Kyler's another good option.
He's a scamperous guy.
But you want shifty guys over Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. That's the point. Jaden Daniels probably is the answer right now.
Oh, okay. Hey,
you're not taking flag football seriously.
We're close things out with our best bets when we return. Sports Gambling Podcast live here on VSiN.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back, everyone. Sports Gambling Podcast live. Sean, Second Money Green with Brian, Real Money Kramer. Kramer final segment. Of course, more heated debate in the break about who to put on the flag football roster.
Johnny's right. We got to do a full segment.
Producer Johnny agreed with me, saying Derrick Henry, unstoppable force. You definitely want him on your team. You want a guy like Derrick Henry representing USA. Ryan with some horrible takes in the break.
Misrepresenting.
I don't even want to put it out there on air because there's the loyal VSiN listeners, Ryan. It could be a credibility issue if they heard some of the people you wanted for your starting roster. Flag football. Hit us up on X at Gambling Podcast. Who do you want to be a quarterback? Who would be your favorite running back, favorite receiver? And then Kramer can tell you, no, that guy wouldn't be good.
Yeah, happy to critique hopefully your ideas are better than Sean's.
Oh, yes.
Hopefully. Otherwise you're gonna catch.
You're right. No, the World Fantasy Football League would shut down AJ Brown.
Oh, flag football.
Yes.
Flag football. I think AJ Brown would be fine, just like a guy like Jamar Chase would be fine. Just like a guy like Puka Nacua would be fine, but I would prefer to have
Puka Nacua would be awesome.
Shifty.
Puka Nacua is shifty. No one's guarding Puka Nacua.
These are bigger, heavier guys. They're not going to get a lot of yak.
You are insane. Hey, best bets. We got
Johnny. Please mark this so when this event happens in a couple of years, we can review the physique of the positions, and I can take a victory lap.
Yeah, put it in the VSiN archives. Best bets brought to you by G Bank. Introducing the $500 trifecta from G Bank, First Bet, and Visa. That's right. All you need to do is open a G Bank Visa signature credit card. In the first 90 days, deposit and play through $1,000 at First Bet to trigger the $500 trifecta. You'll receive $200 in cashback rewards on your G Bank Visa signature credit card, and First Bet will give you a $100 deposit match. VSiN completes the trifecta with the free VSiN Pro subscription through April 31st, a $200 value. That's the $500 trifecta, just in time for the Belmont, G-Bank, First Bet, and VSIN.com. Get started today over at VSiN.com/GBank. That's VSIN.com/GBank. One-time promotion limited to customers open a new account. In response to this offer will not apply to requests to converting existing accounts. Terms and conditions apply. Have fun with it. Kramer, why don't you start? Let's see if we can get some good takes here to end the show. What do you got for your best bets?
Like that, coaching yourself up. Awesome. I hope you have some good takes too. And Edwards over 7.5 rebounds. I enjoyed Scott's take there. I'm not going to do I'm not adding in the assists. I'm just going rebounds.
I know. Insulting.
Well, so I like to tail Scott on one play a segment, and he really got me going with that one. I like the idea also of Ant having a lot of energy. Rebounds come from energy, as we all know, Sean. I'm also going to tail Mr. Colby Dant with the Texas play under 9.5 wins plus 140. Sean, in fact, I found a 150 in the break.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he laid out the schedule, and Sean, we watched Arch play a couple games in high school when he was like this mega recruit. And let me tell you something. The Mannings
doesn't have many starts. I don't think they're gonna.
The Mannings paid a couple bucks for that star rating. I don't think he's going to be this superstar quarterback. And I think to the point of what we were discussing with when he comes to the NFL, I think the plans that the Mannings have is for him to get starts because they know that that's an important ingredient in being successful at the next level. So all of that, he's going to have some growing pains. And guess what? It's Texas. You don't have to sell me the idea that they're going to not show up for some spots that they should show up. So plus 140, plus 150. I'm all in on that. And then when we were talking so much football, I put in my first teaser, Sean. Broncos and Eagles. We're going to little 6-point teaser there. What could possibly go wrong? Notice how I left the Commanders out of it. Then we have the Jets revenge spot, Jets +3. I quickly talk through it again.
Careful, Ryan. Mike Tomlin opening day. Careful.
On the road, Aaron Rodgers or some unnamed quarterback is involved in how this number is being calculated, because if this is Will Howard or this is Mason Rudolph, Justin Fields is laying 2.5 points in my opinion. Then I got the Browns +5.5.
Sure.
6 out of 7 at home against the Bengals. The Browns have gotten it done. I'm a little worried about the quarterback controversy going into the season here, but take the points. To what you said, Bengals win a close one. And then I'm locking in the Cardinals now. We have no idea. I don't understand how this Saints situation can get better short of them trading for like a Kirk Cousins. I doubt that happens in division. So laying the points with the Cardinals, I'll probably find a sneaky way to do a little money line parlay when we get closer to the season. And then lastly, mortal lock. Not really, but Bengals, most wins, 28-1. That's not the right price. It's not the right price. And what I did, I'm not advising you to do this, but what I did is I went and I bet as much money as I could on it immediately. So that's the best bets. Let's check back in 6 months, see if this Bengals hits. 28-1. Do I need to read off the odds of the other teams?
Yeah, no,
they're behind the Vikings.
I'll start with it. Yes, give me most wins. Bengals 28-1. Love that. Also, that's it for me for football. I'll save my week 1 picks for our week 1 show.
We didn't even cover the Hall of Fame game.
Take the under. For me in the association, give me the Pacers laying 1.5. Got that in pocket. T-Wolves +2.5. And Edwards over 12.5 rebounds and assists. I do like Scott's rebounds. I'll play the rebounds and assists. Rudy Gobert under 16.5 points, rebounds and assists, going back to that. Lou Dort, he is a very much home road split guy with the Thunder going on the road. I'm going to take his under 7.5 points. For hockey, tail Scott, give me Panthers in regulation +110. For WNBA, #tail Scott, Liberty laying the 3.5. And of course, the best country in the world, Team USA. Get this now. This number will move once the sharp market attacks this. Team USA to win the flag football Olympics at -300. This is like getting Dream Team at -300, right? I'm not one to lay big chalky favorites, but at -300, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Sean,
when these flag football sharps come and bet this up to -600, don't come crying to old Sean.
When is the first game?
I don't want to reveal that. It's a while.
July 14th, 2028.
Well, this is why you put it in pocket, Ryan. That's why you put it in pocket.
That actually is an interesting for the handicap. I mean, some of the guys they're listing player wise are going to be a little bit older in 3 years time from now.
You suggested Brian Westbrook, which put on a couple pounds.
No, I said that type of running back.
No, you said Brian Westbrook at first.
Yeah, like him in his prime would be great at football.
So Saquon though would be awesome.
But again, I agree. In a phone booth, he's pretty good. But still, you probably don't need the extra weight, and you might look for a shiftier guy. So you think
Keaton Mitchell would be better at flag football than Saquon Barkley?
Yeah,
that is that. Now, if you disagree, hit us up at Gambling Podcast.
I think Keaton, if we're both are healthy, no way Barkley plays, by the way, because he already has that workload issue coming into the season. So.
Wow, right.
And I forgot one
injury on.
I think you like it too, Ashton Jeanty. Give me the over 1,075.5 rushing yards. I think we're going to look back on the Ashton Jeanty one and feel like that was pretty silly.
Wake up tomorrow with the VSiN Weekend Morning Line at 10 a.m. East, followed by Ready, Set, Bet at 1 o'clock. Then stick around for Live Bet Saturday at 4 o'clock East. We, of course, will be back next Friday, as always, 11 o'clock East, 8 o'clock Pacific. What's going to be on the card next week, Ryan? Maybe we'll go back to UFL. People are wondering, hey, where did the UFL segment go? These last two games, the playoffs are already set for the UFL, so these are meaningless UFL games.
We're investigating the integrity of the league at this point.
We have some questions.
They moved a game last minute, new home. St. Louis, who is a great home team, gets a bonus home game.
They did cover. I was all over the battle.
Easy money.
But yeah, check out all our podcasts, Sports Gambling Podcast. Kramer, what do we have coming up this week on our podcast?
Well, we're going to be hopping back in the best ball streets. We got NBA playoff picks.
Ooh, yes.
We're going to be doing some NFL Game of the Year picks.
Oh wow!
With the man in the box, and then we UFL back on this week 10, baby.
We don't know how to quit them. And of course, as always, big thanks to producer Johnny, everyone behind the glass, and you guys.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Have a great Saturday, Sean.
Kramer, let it ride.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.